Okay, so I've got the tank filled up again here. This will be the second run ever for this OSFS 40 FSR engine. So in the first run, the first video, I was only running it at full throttle because I'm trying to do a break-in on it. I didn't even idle it down at all. Once it got running, I just had it at full throttle the entire time because I'm doing a break-in, and that's typically how you do that. So if you were wondering why didn't you even attempt to set the idle, with glow engines, 4-stroke and 2-stroke, you typically don't even bother to set the idle until you've already got it somewhat broken in and you've got the high end adjusted to where it needs to be. Only then do you really want to play with setting the idle. Now OS and Sato, the high quality engines, are usually pretty darn good about having their idle mixture set pretty close to where it needs to be. So in this run, I'm probably going to tweak it, let it run a little bit higher RPM because it's an ABC engine, and then maybe run it down and see what the idle settings are like. Now obviously I'm probably not going to tweak the idle yet because I don't think it won't be fully broken in, but I'll at least idle it down or throttle it down and see what it sounds like, see if it's how well set it is for the high-speed needle that I've got set. Prime it. Got my throttle stop screw set to about a 1/16 of an inch open, and this is where it's as far as it'll go. And you can hear that it's very rich on the low end. It's kind of want to die. So clearly my low end needs to be set, but like I said, I'm not going to set it yet because the engine isn't broken in. So that was the second run, second tank of fuel through this engine. Obviously you could see I let it get a little bit higher RPM this time, actually a little bit higher than I wanted. I was really wanting to run it in the mid 9s or high 9s, and that stupid Globy IntelliTAC that I've got was showing some really strange readings, and it's one of those things where probably should use my other tack instead of that one. It's just that one's easy to read on the video. But it's very sensitive to light conditions. That's why I brought it over here to the front, and I hope it was framed up properly enough to see that, where I kind of had to be a shadow, and so I could get more accurate readings. But this thing was running around high 10s, low 11s at peak, and when I went to below RPM, obviously, like I said, I set the idle stop or the throttle stop screw so I could put a T-pin in there, and that's just too much. Because even with the unset conditions at a low speed, it was still around 3,500 RPM, which it should idle down to 2,700 RPM or so. But the low-end mixture was way too rich still, and the engine isn't fully broken in, so I wasn't going to play with that at all. In fact, I don't even know if I'd really be able to do it here since it's so close to the prop arc. I'd probably have to stop the engine and adjust it and then start it up and do it like that. But second tank, obviously a very good running engine. Quite easy to hand start for a new engine. It's not too bad. I mean, it took a few flips, but it's still breaking in. But excellent engine overall. I think this thing's really going to be a screamer.